Okay, so just before the video starts, just a quick disclaimer. I actually filmed the video earlier on today and I've just sat down to edit it and I've realised that my camera was on live focus mode. You can still see everything that's going to be in it. If you've got live focus on your phone, you'll know what it's like. You can still see, but it's just a little bit blurry because I've been wanting to do this video all week and I finally got it done and I didn't want to leave it for another week. So just bear with me, and I'm still quite new to all this YouTube stuff. So yeah, that's the sort of thing that's only going to happen once. Enjoy. Welcome back. My name is Maya and this channel is all about health, wellness, fitness and lifestyle. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make natural face masks at home. I've been into this thing for a long time, and one of the first things that I learned was how to make natural skincare products. So, and they are still, even though I use some like pretty high-end, high technology products now, they are still something that I will use every now and again because they do definitely have their place and they are very, very effective. So natural face masks are perfect if you want to use something as a treatment sort of like more frequently. You don't want to be putting too many active artificial ingredients on your skin, or maybe if you've got sensitive skin, or if you've got a teenager and you want to start getting them into skincare but you don't want to use any products that are too strong for their skin, the natural face masks are absolutely perfect. And once you have a good idea of what ingredients to put in, you can mix and match depending on what your skin needs at the time as well. If you like that sort of thing, do subscribe and let's get into it. This is actually a really nice activity to do while you're in lockdown as well. If you've got any sort of like teenage girls at home or pre-teen girls or boys and they want to get into skincare, or you want to encourage them about getting into skincare, this is something that you guys can do together. It's budget friendly. Generally, there are products that you will have in the house anyway. If not, they're going to be really easily accessible as well. So yeah, it's a really fun thing to do. And as I say, really effective as well. So don't like write them off because they're natural, because they do definitely do the trick. So the first one that I'm going to show you is for acne. And the reason why this one is really good because it's got something in there to address inflammation, it's soothing on the skin, and it's also going to be slightly astringent, so it's going to help to bring down that excessive oil production as well. So what you're going to need: some turmeric, some natural yogurt, some cucumber, some lemon and some honey. If you can, I don't have any Manuka honey in at the moment. If you can get the Manuka honey, then that is even more effective because it's got even more antibacterial properties in it. So if you can get that one, then use that one. So as I said, we want to soothe the skin. So we're going to go in with some cucumber. Now cucumber is just really nice and cooling. So it depends on what sort of acne it is. But if the skin is quite red and inflamed and just like a little bit upset, then the cucumber is a really nice addition. So you just want to take about 2 inches of cucumber and just peel it. Stick that in a bowl. The juice of half a lemon. And depending on how runny you want the consistency to use, you can use 1 or 2 tablespoons of yogurt. I'm just going to use 1 for the purpose of the video. Big dollop of yogurt in there. And the purpose of the yogurt, it's got probiotics in it and help to rebalance the bacteria on the skin. So obviously if you've got any lactose intolerance, and that includes the intolerance that you get when you eat it, maybe not a good idea to put it on the skin as well. Generally it would be fine. But just to be on the safe side, if somebody is allergic to dairy, then absolutely leave this product out. But as I say, that's going to help to rebalance the bacterial film that's sitting on the skin. So it's a really nice one to use. And also because it's the cooling factor as well. Yogurt has also got lactic acid in it as well. So you're going to get a really nice mild exfoliation, a little bit of brightening as well. And that's going to help with any sort of like post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation as well. So after that, just a squeeze of honey. You don't need to be too measured with this stuff. It's more about consistency and getting all the ingredients in. And then a dash of turmeric. And the turmeric is going to be really nice and anti-inflammatory as well. Also going to help with post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So it has got a nice brightening effect on the skin as well. And once you combine that with the lemon and the yogurt, you get a really nice brightening effect on the skin. Products, they can be a little bit sort of like stimulating on the skin, and that's why we put the cucumber in there to just balance it out. Now, you might choose to use a blender with this instead of a masher. I don't actually have a blender, so I'm just using the masher. But now that I've crushed up the cucumber, I've actually already released all the good compounds from it that we're going to need anyway. So rather than trying to put that on your face all lumpy, I would suggest straining that and then applying it all over the face with something like a mask brush. If you don't have a mask brush, an old foundation brush would be fine, even though it would get stained with the turmeric, so maybe not one that like you really like and is really pretty and white. So an old foundation brush is a perfect alternative for a mask brush. So you would just apply that all over the skin, let it sort of dry to the point where it's getting tacky, and then just remove it gently with like some warm water on a washcloth, and the skin is going to be calm, refreshed, and it's going to be looking brighter because of the lemon and the yogurt. Okay, next, this one is for hyperpigmentation. So hyperpigmentation can occur from old acne scars, maybe some sort of trauma to the skin, maybe a little bit of excess sun exposure as well. Any sort of hyperpigmentation can benefit from this recipe, and it's actually quite similar to the last one. So this time it's going to be more or less the same ingredients, but this time I'm going to use aloe instead of cucumber, because aloe has got a really nice soothing effect on the skin. And what we want to do is actually bring down inflammation, because inflammation does contribute to hyperpigmentation. So you want to just peel that aloe. Now, you might not have this hanging around the house, but it's really easy to get from the high street. You just go to like a greengrocer's or something, Whole Foods, they'll have it. And we just want to get that nice aloe out. And as I say, it is quite similar to cucumber in its properties. And so if you can't get hold of aloe, or you just want to use what you got in your fridge, then just go ahead and use the same recipe that we just used previously. So I'm just going to squeeze all the gel out of that. If you have got a bit of a weak stomach, then potentially this is going to be a little bit icky for you, but just going to squeeze the gel out as much as you can. Now again, they are natural ingredients, so you don't need, they're super gentle, but you don't need a ton of it. So this little piece of aloe that I'm using here is more than enough. And that slimy consistency is going to help it actually stay on the skin as well. Aloe is one of my favourite ingredients to use in skin and hair care products for that reason. Gives it a bit of stick. Once you've got a good bit of gel out, so it's about a tablespoon that I've just got out of all that. Next, I'm going to go in with the juice of half a lemon. Some Greek yogurt. And again, the lactic acid in this is going to help to exfoliate, which is a key component in any hyperpigmentation routine. So it's going to give you a nice gentle exfoliation. So out of all the acids, then lactic acid is one of the ones that is more commonly used in hyperpigmentation products. Because it's so gentle, you can use it like really consistently, and it just has a brightening effect. It works really nicely with licorice root powder, which I've actually got here. I'm not going to put any in for the purpose of the video. This was really easy to find. I got it from Amazon, probably about £12 for the bag, but I'll put the details in the description box. I'm just going to mix all that up. And we're just going to finish with a nice bit of turmeric in there. Now again, turmeric, as well as being anti-inflammatory, it does also help to lighten up pigmentation as well. So just give that a good mix. And it's really good when you put turmeric in the mask as well, because you can see how well you've mixed it. So once it's a consistent colour all the way through, then that's mixed and it's ready to go. So the consistency is like this. And again, I would just apply that all over the face, all over the décolleté. and that's going to help to brighten up the skin. It's a really effective one, so let me know if you try that one. This is one of my favourites, and what I really like about it, it's got some really potent brighteners in there with the lactic acid and the lemon, but then the aloe vera just kind of brings it right back down. The turmeric brings down any inflammation as well. So it's just a lovely mix. I'm actually going to use that one later. Right, next I'm going to do one for sensitive skin. So the main features of sensitive skin or sensitized skin is skin that feels quite inflamed and red. So what I'm actually going to do, 2 aspirin tablets, because what the aspirin tablets are going to do is it's going to cause vasoconstriction. So that's going to reduce the activity of the blood vessels, and it's just going to help to calm them right down. So I'm literally just going to smash these up. So once I've smashed up these aspirins to a fine powder, I'm just going to transfer it into a small dish. You've got the aspirins in there. And then I'm going to take some more aloe. I'm just going to repeat that process again to get the aloe gel out of the plant. It doesn't matter if you get some of the pulp in here as well. But again, from a piece of aloe that is about, say, 2 to 3 inches wide, you'll get about a tablespoon of aloe juice out if you just squeeze it out like this. This one, because it's so few ingredients, you don't need a huge amount of volume, and you're only going to be using it for one application as well. Slippery little thing. Okay, so you've got a good tablespoon of aloe in there. And then again, I'm going to go in with the yogurt. This is a good base for masks. It just adds a little bit of volume, and obviously it's got that really gentle peeling factor in there as well, which, as well as exfoliating the skin, it actually gives the skin quite a nice clean as well. So, and then just mix it all together, making sure that the aspirin is completely dissolved. And your consistency is a little bit like that. So again, super simple, 3 ingredients, really, really effective. It's got the cooling element of the aloe. It's got the anti-inflammatory element of the aspirin that's just going to sort of help to bring down any redness. And then it's got the lactic acid in there as well from the yogurt, which is just going to give the skin a nice gentle exfoliation and just leave the skin looking really nice and glowy as well. And the final one, this one's for oily skin, and it's a little bit controversial because they say maybe not to put raw egg on your face for a safety reason more than anything, because of the salmonella. So just be absolutely careful that you don't put this in your mouth. Probably don't apply it to a child's skin or a preteen skin if they're not going to take it seriously, but maybe just save this one for you. So this one, I'm going to take 1 egg. I'm just going to separate the egg yolk. You can also use the egg yolk on your face, but not for oily skin. That's more if you want a more nourishing face mask, because that's where all the fats and the nutrients are in the egg. So with the egg white, what we're going to get is a really nice toning effect to the skin. So you're going to get a really nice refining of the pores, which makes, you know, oily skin just look so much nicer, because as we know, with oily skin comes open pores. So that's what the egg is for. So we're going to go in with the yogurt. Again, that's just going to act as a base, bit of exfoliation, and also going to help to rebalance the surface level bacteria film on the skin. We're going to use the juice of half a lemon. Now the reason we're going to use that is it's really nice and astringent for the skin. So as well as giving the skin a really nice dose of vitamin C, it's going to help to draw out any excessive oil production as well. I'm just going to finish off with a little bit of honey, because the ingredients that we are using, they can be quite stripping on the skin. And actually with oily skin, the reason why it sort of overproduces oil is sometimes because it's a little bit dry. So by using the honey, it acts as a humectant, which is going to draw the moisture into the skin and not leave it feeling too dried out. So once those are all combined, I'm just going to take a fork and whisk it. And by whisking it, we're just going to firm up the egg whites, which is just going to make it a little bit easier to apply. Again, if you've got an electric whisk, then go ahead and use it. But I've never been into all those sorts of things, you know. I think they take up too much space in the kitchen. So I generally do things by hand. Okay, so once that's all beaten, you've whisked up the egg whites, which is going to make it a little bit firmer. It's not going to be like a super thick mask like some of the others have been. Again, you want to apply that with a mask brush. It is very much going to be like a liquid. So you apply that all over the face and neck. It will tighten because of the egg white, so it will sort of like tighten on the face. So once it goes dry and shiny, then you know that it's time to remove it. That'll take about 10 minutes. So yeah, again, a really super effective one. That's going to really close up the pores, draw out any excess oil, brighten up any sort of like sallow looking skin, and also give a really nice gentle exfoliation as well. There you have four natural face masks that you can just whip up at home. You don't need to run down to the shop, so you've got absolutely no excuse not to pamper yourself and your little ones as well. So if you enjoyed that video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my blog at myraelizabethskintherapy.com, because there's going to be lots more information as well as blogs about skincare, and I'm going to put all these recipes on that blog as well, so you've actually got a written version of that. So by the time this video goes out, the blog will be up as well, so I'll leave that link in the description box. And thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you next time.